Welcome to Mind Chalk. I'm your host, Jenée. This bonus episode is to preface why I created this podcast. I learned a decade ago about a principle. Well, that's what they called it back then. It's a theory based on Sydney Banks' realization and the construct he came up with to explain that life and our interpretation of it, when it comes to thought, is made up of mind, consciousness, and thought. Kind of a sacred trinity, if you will. We can expound on that more fully later. But as a theory goes, it sounds kind of boring, like something a psychology study would define. But as far as a practical application in daily life, it's pretty magical. And I don't use that term lightly here. It is magical. It's game-changing, really. And it's something that I wish more of the world understood. Now, this podcast is about the foundational understanding of this principle, but it's also about simply allowing my thoughts room to play. It's not to come up with some hip hypothesis or to even prove a theory, this one or any other, though I have a strange feeling that things might unfold this way in certain moments. As the trailer for the show indicates, this avenue of expression is full of many things. Mystery, humor, sadness, celebration, grief, even what I call malarkey, basically meaning I'll make stuff up. Or I'll do an entire episode in Dr. Seussish anapestic tetrameter cadence.
I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am.
Which, by the way, is how I typically hear things in my mind. Some people in my life feel this is an abnormal condition that I should have checked out. Others find it entertaining in those all too frequent moments when I echo something back to them in some rhyming tempo. Or I might sing to you, because singing is one of my God-given talents that I don't use often enough. And by the way, I suffer echoatia, which means that when I am not speaking back to you in a rhyme, I may sing to you the very thing I or you just said. Yeah, I know that will be annoying or entertaining, and I guess it will be left to the ears of the beholder. This series will be brought to you every weekday for 7 minutes, with some longer form episodes peppered in each month. This means you and I get to hang out together for 7 minutes every weekday.
Woohoo!
I will theorize, I might proselytize, I may categorize, and I will definitely surmise. Oh, and I know every podcaster begs you to follow, rate, and review them. But there's a reason for this. It helps us. If you don't want to help, no worries. Just sit back and enjoy. And maybe share the show with friends, and perhaps they'd like to follow, rate, and review us. Either way, welcome. In case you missed the trailer, I'll drop it right here for you. It'll help get you in the mood. Thoughts are fleeting. They don't even have meaning. They're transient. They come into our brain, they go out. Well, we either let them go or they fill our mind and we attach meaning to them. They're inherently meaningless, but we give a thought substance. We give it context. We make it about something. But the truth is, they're flitting in and out like tiny atoms or specks of dust. This podcast is about those fleeting thoughts and some of the context to which we and I assign them. This show is full of entertainment, and it has a nice bit of mystery. It will at times be rooted in authenticity, sometimes malarkey, sometimes joy, sometimes sadness, sometimes grief, sometimes madness, because that's what thoughts can do. At times the concepts will be rather mind-blowing, and at others they might be quite elementary. I think you're gonna like this. So join me, your host, Jenée Arthur, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Mind Chalk, because thoughts are fleeting. Thank goodness.